Good evening, and welcome to Moonlight Whispers. Before anything else, let your breathing set the table. Inhale as if you're drawing a warm cup towards your lips. Exhale as if you're setting it down with care. Again, in and out. The room grows quieter as though the walls are listening. Tonight, we'll take breakfast where the map ends and the horizon begins, where the sea turns its pocket inside out and the sky forgets its straight lines. They call it the edge of the world. We'll just call it a very good place for coffee. So wrap up in something soft, let your shoulders fall like curtains, and when you're ready, we'll begin. So settle in, let the noise fade, and let the story begin. Breakfast at the edge of the world. The path isn't paved in stone, but in daylight. A seam at the edge of morning, glowing faintly. The color of cream dreaming in a cup. And just as the thought settles, you notice something waiting. The morning offers you a note propped at the window. Breakfast, where the horizon shifts, bring an appetite for quiet. Breakfast, you murmur, my favorite. But the note offers no clue. No name, no sender, no map. Just breakfast, promised at the horizon. And honestly, who could resist that? You laugh softly, gather your things, and step outside. Only then do you realize you don't actually know where to go. And yet, somehow, your feet already seem to know the way. Outside, the world smells like bakeries thinking about waking up. The road narrows into a ribbon, pebbles underfoot, gulls practicing soft vowels above. Somewhere, a kettle is beginning to consider its future. The path ends at a wooden rail, the kind you might see outside a seaside cafe. Beyond it waits a snug little ledge, a platform just big enough for two, and a hand-painted sign swinging gently in the breeze. Café Meridian, where mornings are made. The horizon is peculiar here. It doesn't sit still. It tilts like a picture being straightened, slides an inch, then settles, then slides again, showing you a thin new layer of day you didn't know existed. Not dizzying, just playful, like the sea is shuffling its cards and letting you peek. The cafe door is old pine with a round window. When you push it open, it exhales softly. Inside, the air smelled like daybreak, a little cinnamon, a little salt, with a hint of citrus. The tables are shaped like islands. Mugs are seashells waiting to be held. And the counter is a lighthouse of warm wood, its top worn smoothed by 1,000 breakfast stories. A bell rings once, not loud. The sound lands on your shoulder like a sparrow. From behind a gleaming copper kettle, the barista looks up, soft hair tucked into a scarf, offering a knowing smile, as if your arrival is a part of an ongoing sentence. "Welcome," they say, already pouring water that somehow sounds like rain on old paper. "Window seat? It's a good day for moving horizons." You nod. The barista points to a neat row of jars, each with handwritten labels. Tide roast, Daybreak, Linger, Far shore, house quiet. And a flight, perhaps, they add. 3 little cups, 3 little windows. It helps some guests find the exact morning they need. You laugh, quietly, because laughing too loud here feels like cheering in a library. A flight sounds perfect. Then sit. Let the edge introduce itself to you. Your chair sighs in that way wooden chairs do when they've heard a lot. The window is so clean, you can't tell where glass ends and sky begins. Beyond it, the horizon gives a gentle shrug and slides a thin width to the left, as if correcting its posture. A tray arrives, 3 small cups, each on a saucer the color of morning shells. A spoon rests between them like a quiet bridge. On a parchment card, Daybreak, bright, honeyed, a whisper of orange peel. Linger, slow, chocolatey, patient as a hand on your back. Far shore, deep, cedar, a soft salt on the finish. And yes, the barista says, you may add milk clouds if you like. Everything moves here, even the coffee. You lift Daybreak. It smells like the moment when you open the blinds and golden light spills across the floor. The first sip feels like sunshine on your tongue. As the warmth settles, the horizon slides again. You aren't alarmed. It's like a tall friend shifting their weight so you can see more of the view. You breathe in, the world breathes out. You take a second sip. You let it touch the front of your mouth first, then the sides, then, gently, the back. Hold it for a heartbeat. Release. Then you hear it. A voice joins the room. Not words, just the quiet grammar of a cafe. The scratch of pastry on plate, the soft kiss of spoon meeting saucer, the purl of water learning to boil, the low murmur of someone savoring something. You add a cloud of oat milk to the last of Daybreak. It blooms, spreading like a small nebula in the cup. The horizon agrees, shading paler, then deeper, then pale again. You laugh to yourself. Okay, you whisper. I see what's happening here. We're dancing. After a few minutes, your plate arrives. 2 slices of toasted bread, a pat of salted butter, and a dish of marmalade that looks like bottled sunshine. The barista sets it down. The bread listens, they say, not entirely joking. Tell it what you need this morning. You break a corner. Steam escapes like a secret. You add butter and a small amber smear and take a bite. It's astonishing how many decisions can relax at once. The marmalade is the exact border between sweet and bright. The butter is an armchair. The toast is a promise kept. Outside, the horizon shifts again, a slow slide to the right. And for a breath, you glimpse at a different sea. Pearlescent, sleepy, with a far-off speck of a whale cresting like a punctuation mark. Then the view settles back to the sea you started with. Blue, gray, friendly, home. You take the second cup, Linger. Its scent is the warmth of a bakery's nighttime memory. You sip. It coats the inside of this moment with gentleness. At your table, there's a little sugar jar with a wooden lid. A scrap of paper peeks out beneath it, stubborn as a sprout. You lift the lid. Inside are folded notes. Tiny, tidy, forgotten, and remembered. The barista notices and nods. Guests leave a line when the horizon shows them something. You unfold one. I came to decide. I left remembering I'm allowed to take my time. Another. We watch the sky slide and realize we could too. Another. I wanted answers. Got breakfast. Turns out that was the answer. You smile. You add your own in pencil, neat as you can. Today, I'll be soft with myself first. You fold it once, twice, tuck it back among the others. The lid settles with a hush. Outside, the horizon tilts just a degree. The line between sea and sky is the color of freshly poured espresso. You take a second bite of toast and a slow sip of Linger. The cafe seems to nod, like an elder who has seen this many times. Wood remembers. Your table is full of light scars that make up a map. A constellation near the corner that looks like a ladle. A river of grain that runs into your cup. A tiny island where a previous mug stood so long it burnished the surface. Where have you been? You ask the map without asking. The map answers by being exactly here. You draw your finger along the river until it meets your spoon. The spoon is cool. It has a small engraved word near the handle. Again. You chuckle. You stir Linger twice. Outside, like someone honoring your motion, the horizon drifts left, then right, then still. The barista appears with a small carafe of water. A palate-clearing creak poured from a cloud. How's your morning fitting? They ask. Like it was tailored, you say. They grin. Ready for the third window? Oh, yes. You lift far shore, and it's evening wrapped in morning, cedar and a hint of brine, like a campfire that learned its manners. First sip, the room quiets more. Second sip, you feel the outer edges of your thoughts soften, like bread meeting butter, like shore meeting tide. The horizon, which has been playful all along, does something different now. Instead of sliding left or right, it deepens. The blue thickens to ink. Small lights appear in the way memories arrive when you finally stopped asking for them. Are they boats? Stars remembering they used to be seawater? You don't need to know. With far shore, the cafe becomes a listening booth. You hear a small sigh of someone opening a book. You hear the barista humming a melody you can almost place. A song your morning would sing if it had a voice. You set the cup down and feel its warmth imprint your palm. You close your eyes and see the line of light that separates one kind of day from another. When you open them, the horizon returns to blue-gray. But now you know what's layered underneath. Would you like to step outside? The barista asks, as if the wind is waiting with a cardigan. You carry far shore to the door. The cafe exhales again. Cedar, cinnamon, and a little hint of citrus and sea. Out on the platform, the railing is a friendly spine. You rest your elbows. The cup warms your hands. The world, feeling seen, rearranges itself into something simple. A seagull draws a white seam across the sky and is gone. Somewhere, a bell out on the water rings once, as if your name has a nautical version and it just got called. You raise the cup and toast the horizon. It gives a tiny shrug and slides, and you swear you could hear it say, "Cheers." Back inside, your table has a small addition, a wide, comforting mug the color of low clouds. On its side, embossed in tiny letters, "Edge." For you, the barista says, if a morning ever gets lost, fill this with something warm and look out a window. The horizon will remember what to do. You trace the word with your thumb. Do people come here every day? You ask. Only on the days when they need to, they reply. And somehow, it's always open on those days. You think of all the breakfasts you've rushed through, all the mornings you've tried to bend into shape. Here, the morning bends kindly around you like a scarf. You tuck the mug into a simple paper wrap, and it fits in your bag as if it chose it long ago. At the counter, there's no register, just a jar labeled, "Tell us one true thing about your morning." You lean close and whisper into it, letting your words settle gently inside. I can move gently and still reach the place I'm meant to be. The barista beams. That's the truest form of payment. They slide across a small baked crescent, glazed with something that looks like dew. House treat for courage. You take a bite. It tastes like finding your way back to yourself, like the gentle crunch of a promise just made. Outside, The horizon offers you one last trick. It rocks like a cradle. Up once, down once, then still. That feels suspiciously like your own spine remembering how to be easy. You step back on the ribbon of road. The cafe door exhales a final cordial breath. The bell's little sparrow wing taps once. You don't look back, not out of indifference, but because places like this prefer to be carried forward, like the last good sip at the bottom of a cup. The path widens to morning. Kitchens and distant houses yawn awake. Someone laughs like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. The world is moving again, but at a slower pace, as though it too has taken a slow sip. At your door, light is on the floor, the same line of cream, now stirred. You set the new mug by the window. You breathe in, slow. You breathe out, slower. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear the horizon shift inside you, a quiet slide into the day you choose. And somewhere, waiting patiently, your breakfast is warm and ready whenever you are. Thank you for joining me here under the moonlight. If your eyes are still open, I hope your heart feels a little quieter. And if you're already dreaming, may your rest be soft and your spirit be at ease. Until the next whisper, subscribe, and I'll be waiting for you beneath the moonlight. Sweet dreams.